Hi Nana. In this video, we will learn about the question bank related to chemical changes and reactions. So the first question. So first question is, uh, here by giving at least one reason, state why these are chemical changes. State why these are chemical changes by giving at least one reason. So these means some of the questions were given. So we will answer those questions. How to answer those questions? So first one is blackening of silverware. Blackening of silverware. That means that means silver articles like jewelry, etc. So why the silver articles made up of silver are blackened? See, generally the in the atmosphere, in the air, H2S, very little amount of H2S is present. Hydrogen sulfide, traces amounts of hydrogen sulfide is present. So what happens? This hydrogen sulfide, which is present in the gas or else in the air, so this reacts with the silver H2S gas. H2S gas, when reacts with the silver, so here suppose if this is a silver article, the surface of the silver article, it is blackened. The surface of the silver article is blackened because on the surface of the silver article, what happens? This reaction takes place. Okay, so silver sulfide is formed, Ag2S, and hydrogen gas is liberated. So this is a black colored substance which is formed on the surface of the silver article. Due to this reaction, what happened? The black colored surface. That means silverware. It gets blackening. So here actually this is a new product and hydrogen gas is liberated. Okay. So as a new product is formed and it cannot be reversed. So this reaction cannot be reversed. So hence this change is said to be a chemical change. It's a permanent change. It's a permanent change. So new product is formed. New product is formed. Okay, and it cannot be reversed. It it cannot be reversed. Okay, and it is a permanent change. It is a permanent change. So generally, chemical changes will possess these properties. So that is why this particular, that means blackening of silverware, it is a chemical change. It is not a physical change. Okay. So in physical change, suppose if there is any physical change, what happens? New product may not be formed, and that can be reversed. Okay. So here in this case, it is a chemical change. Next one, making of the curd from milk. making of the curd from the milk. Actually, milk is a substance which contain sugars. Okay, it's a liquid milk. It's a liquid substance. It contains sugars. The sugar which is present in the milk is called as lactose sugar. Lactose sugar. Lactose sugar. Okay, so curd. So actually, milk is liquid in state, whereas curd it is a semi-solid. It is a semi-solid substance, and it contains acid. Acid. This sugar, actually, the sugar is converted into acid. Okay, so which acid it is? Lactic acid. Because the sugar is lactose sugar. The sugar is lactose sugar. Hence, the acid formed is related to this sugar. That acid is said to be lactic acid. Okay. That means the solid milk changes into curd semi-solid state with the formation of a new substance. So here what is happening? So sugar is converted into acid. This is a new substance. New product is formed, and this acid cannot be converted into sugar back. That means reverse process is not possible. So that means this change cannot be reversed. So as a new product is formed, so in this case also, new product is formed, and this change cannot be reversed. It means the change. So it's a chemical change. The change cannot be reversed. So it is a permanent change. Hence it is chemical change. Hence it is chemical. This one also like this only. Okay. Now we learn about the third one. Why reason? I mean, we have to give reason. What is the reason for the chemical change? So actually, here milk is converted into curd. So actually, in the milk, sugar is present. Which sugar? Lactose sugar. So that lactose sugar is permanently converted into lactic acid during the curdling of milk, a process known as curdling of milk. So for the conversion of lactose sugar into lactic acid, a bacteria will help. So that bacteria is called as lactobacillus bacteria. Lactobacillus bacteria. Okay, it will help in the conversion of lactose sugar into lactic acid. So that means milk is converted into acid. Okay, so milk actually it is in liquid state, and the curd will be in semi-solid state. Okay, now next one, fermentation of grape sugar. Fermentation of grape sugar. Or else grape juice. See, fermentation is a type of respiration, but in the absence of oxygen. Generally, respiration takes place in the presence of oxygen, but fermentation is another type of respiration which takes place in the absence of oxygen. Such type of respiration is said to be anaerobic respiration. Anaerobic respiration. So here in this, what happens? The grape juice contains what? Sugars. It contains special type of sugars. Those sugars are converted into ethyl alcohol. Generally, sugars are converted into acids, but here in this case, sugars are converted into alcohol. If any sugar is converted into alcohol, that process is said to be fermentation. During fermentation process, what happens? Sugar will be converted into ethyl alcohol. So here the juice, in the grape juice, sugars are present. Those sugars are converted into alcohol. There are so many different types of alcohol. So here in this case, ethyl alcohol is formed. Ethyl alcohol. Okay. Alcohols are also different types. So out of them, ethyl alcohol is one of the type of alcohol. So ethyl alcohol is formed during the process of fermentation. See, actually, when alcohol is formed, so from this alcohol we cannot get back the sugar. So that the reverse change. So actually, once this change has occurred, then again the reverse change is not possible. Okay, as the change cannot be reversed, therefore it is a chemical change. It is a chemical change because here also a new product is formed, alcohol, ethyl alcohol. Okay, and the change cannot be reversed, and it is a permanent change. It's a permanent change. So hence such type of changes are called as chemical change. Okay, why this is a chemical change? Because a new product is formed. Okay, so remember, always remember, whenever a new product is formed, then the type of change is said to be chemical change. That means one chemical is converted into another chemical. Okay, one chemical is converted into another chemical. That means one chemical is changed into another chemical. So sugars are chemicals, one type of chemicals, and ethyl alcohol is another type of chemical. So one type of chemical is converted into another type of chemical. Hence it is said to be chemical change. Okay, now the next question. Next question means the next part from this question only. Next, bursting of cracker. See, actually, this cracker, it contains a mixture of carbon, niter, and sulfur. So, what is niter? Niter means KNO3, potassium nitrate. Actually, what happens? These crackers, when heated, I mean, when we lit the cracker, so what happens? That will be heated up. That will be heated up. That means, due to the heat, what happens? This KNO3, upon heating, it produces oxygen gas. It releases oxygen gas. Okay. So this oxygen gas will help in the combustion of these substances. So carbon will be combusted to carbon dioxide and sulfur will be combusted to sulfur dioxide. So all of a sudden this reaction and even these two reactions takes place. So due to the liberation of large amount of heat, so in this process what happened? Large amount of heat is liberated and large amount of light. Okay, so that means during bursting what happened? Carbon, niter and sulfur. So all these three, carbon, niter and sulfur, okay, they burn to form sulfur dioxide, okay, carbon dioxide as a new product. So what happened? So during this process, this substance is converted into carbon dioxide, this substance is converted to sulfur dioxide. So that means new products are formed. And this change cannot be reversed. The change cannot be reversed. Even this change also cannot be reversed. Okay. Moreover, the change cannot be reversed. Hence, it is a chemical change. It's a permanent change. Hence, it's a chemical change. Okay. So that means these substances are converted into their oxides. They are burned. They are burned into oxides. So here, all of a sudden, all this reaction takes place. That is why that material will burst. Okay. So that is why it is called as bursting of crackers. So during that bursting process, so large amount of heat is liberated, or else a large amount of energy is liberated. So that energy may be liberated in the form of sound or else in the form of light. Okay, right. The next one is discharging of car battery. Discharging of car battery. See, actually, car battery in this car battery, electrochemical changes takes place. Electrochemical changes takes place. See, actually, here what happens? So, in the battery, there are electrodes. One is cathode and anode. Okay. So, this is what cathode. One is cathode and another one is anode. Okay. And this cathode and anode, they are dipped in a liquid, no electrolyte. Okay, in a liquid known as electrolyte. Actually, this liquid is nothing but sulfuric acid. It is nothing but sulfuric acid. So actually, this anode, it is made up of lead oxide. It is made up of a material known as lead oxide. Material known as lead oxide, PbO2, lead dioxide. Okay, lead dioxide. So in lead dioxide, so generally oxide means O will be in the form of -2 and Pb will be in the form of, there are two oxygens. Okay, and Pb will be in the form of +4. Okay, and this cathode is made up of spongy lead. So actually this is battery. Okay, so this is negative terminal, positive terminal, and this is what, this is called as cathode. This electrode, it is called as cathode, and this electrode is called as anode. So whenever battery is on, what happens? So it will the electricity, the current will flow through this. Okay, like this, in this way the current will flow. So whenever current flows, what happens? The battery works, right? Whenever battery works, current will flow. Okay, right? So this cathode, actually this cathode is made up of a material known as spongy lead. Spongy lead, that means it is made up of lead material. Lead, symbol of lead is Pb. Okay, so this anode is made up of a material known as lead dioxide, and this cathode, it is made up of a material known as lead, spongy lead, or else simply it is a lead. So what happens at cathode? At cathode, so this one, this one means it contains what? Pb +4 and O -2. There are two O -2. So here at anode, what happens? This Pb +4 will enter into this into this electrolyte. That means into sulfuric acid. So now this Pb +4 react with the sulfuric acid. Okay, to form lead sulfate, PbSO4, and hydrogen gas is liberated during this process. So it liberates hydrogen gas. So what happens? This lead in PbSO4, it contains Pb +2. So the charge of lead, it is from +4 to, it is converted from +4 to +2. That means there is a decrease in charge. That means here discharge of lead takes place. So discharge of which one? So lead dioxide. This is coming from what? This is coming from lead dioxide. So that means lead dioxide is discharged at anode. Okay, and at the same time here also at cathode, what happens? So the lead from the cathode, so it will react. The lead from the cathode also will react with the sulfuric acid. Actually this is a liquid, and these two electrodes, these are called as electrodes. One electrode is called as cathode and another electrode is called as anode. Electrodes. Okay, so at cathode electrode, what happens? This cathode is made up of which material? Spongy lead. So the lead material of cathode will react with the sulfuric acid to form lead sulfate. Here also lead sulfate is formed, and here also hydrogen gas is liberated. So like this. So what happened? Here the sulfuric acid, it is converted into lead sulfate. Here also the sulfuric acid is converted into lead sulfate. So that means it's a chemical change. So finally what happened? This entire sulfuric acid after some time, so this entire sulfuric acid will be converted into lead sulfate. Okay, PbSO4. So in this process what is happening? Actually this lead, it is having zero charge on it, because as it is a neutral atom. Lead it's an elemental form, it's a neutral atom. Okay, so it is converted into PbSO4. PbSO4, already PbSO4 means lead contains Pb plus 2 form. That lead is in the form of Pb plus 2. In lead sulfate, remember that the lead will be in the form of plus 2. So that means the lead is here, the charge of the lead is changed. That means it has lost 2 electrons. So that means it is also discharged. So here discharge of lead, in both the cases discharge of lead. So here lead, spongy lead is discharged, and here what happened, lead dioxide is discharged, and finally what is formed? So these two, lead and lead dioxide, they are converted to lead sulfate. So that means at cathode and at anode, discharge of lead and lead sulfate, lead and lead dioxide takes place. So finally it forms lead sulfate. So here this is a permanent change, it's a chemical change, because sulfuric acid is converted to lead sulfate, and even lead is also converted to lead sulfate. Here also lead dioxide, Pb plus 4 means, so where that this Pb is coming from? From this one. That means lead dioxide is converted into lead sulfate, and even sulfuric acid is also converted into lead sulfate, and during this process hydrogen gas is liberated. So that means this is a permanent change. This one is a permanent change, this is also permanent change. It is a chemical change. Okay, and this change cannot be reversed. Okay, this backward reaction does not take place. So here also the change cannot be reversed. Backward reaction cannot be taken place. Hence it is a permanent change. So it's a permanent change. So therefore it is a chemical change. So here this discharging of car battery. Okay, in car battery, so all this reaction takes place. So what happens? The discharge. So lead Pb plus 4 is discharged to Pb plus 2 at anode, and at cathode Pb, lead is converted to Pb plus 2. So here also discharge takes place. So that means discharging of car battery, it is a chemical change. Okay, right. Next one. Pouring drop of water. Okay, when water is poured, drops of water over quicklime. Over quicklime. So what is quicklime? What is the formula of quicklime? Quicklime means calcium oxide. So water, we know the formula of water as H2O. So when water is poured over quicklime, what happens? So this water will react with the quicklime to form a new substance known as calcium hydroxide. Calcium hydroxide, a new substance is formed. So that means a new product is formed. Whenever a new product is formed, and this change cannot be reversed. That means we cannot get back this calcium oxide and water. Okay, so this from this calcium hydroxide, quicklime changes into another product called as, this is called as calcium hydroxide, or also slaked lime. Slaked lime. This is what? This is quicklime. Okay, quicklime is converted into slaked lime. So this is different product from this one. So these two are different products. Okay, So here that means a different chemical is formed. Okay. So that is why it is a chemical change. A new product is formed. A new product is formed, and this change cannot be reversed. Hence, it is a permanent change. That is why it is called as a chemical change. So like this question can be discussed. Okay. Now we will discuss the next question. Second question. Second question is give two examples where in which a physical in which okay a physical and chemical changes, both, okay, both physical and chemical changes, okay, takes place simultaneously. What is the meaning of simultaneously? That means at the same time. Both physical and chemical change both occurs at the same time. Okay, so simultaneously. So that means simultaneously. That means at the same time. Simultaneously means at the same time both physical and chemical changes occur. So give two examples for that. So we will learn. See one example. Example 1 we will see. Example 1. See, whenever zinc hydroxide, when zinc hydroxide is heated, so it will decompose. That means it will break down into zinc oxide, and steam is released. Water is released in the form of steam. So hence a new product is formed from this one. So this is zinc hydroxide. From this zinc hydroxide, zinc oxide is formed. This is a new product. So whenever new product is formed, so this change is called as a chemical change. So because of hotness, so whenever it is whenever the conditions are hot, the zinc oxide, it gets heated up, and the color of the zinc oxide when it is hot, it is yellow in color. When it is hot, zinc oxide is yellow in color. Slowly, suppose if I have taken zinc hydroxide in a vessel, so this is zinc oxide material, okay, this zinc oxide material. So if I heat this one, so this symbol stands for heating. If I heat this one, what happens is this zinc hydroxide will convert it to zinc oxide. So finally what is formed here? So that zinc oxide, so this reaction has taken place and the zinc oxide is formed. So now the color of this zinc oxide is yellow. So steam, so what will be in the form of steam? So that steam will be, when it is open vessel, what happens? The steam will escape. So what is left over here? Yellow colored zinc oxide is left over. So if you keep it aside for some time, what happens? Slowly cooling takes place. Now what happens during this process? The zinc oxide will convert into white. So because the conditions are cool, so when the conditions are cool, what happens? That zinc oxide will convert into white color. So the same material, so there is no change in the material. So here when there is no change in the substance, chemical is not changed, but there is a change. There is some change. What is that change? You will find the change in the color. If there is any change in the color or physical state or else etc., such changes are said to be without changing the chemical. Without changing the chemical, if there is a change in other things like a color or a state, etc., then such type of change is said to be physical change. So this is a physical change. This is a physical change, and this one is a chemical change. This one is chemical change. Here both physical and chemical changes are occurring in this container. When zinc hydroxide is taken in this container and heated, so here chemical change is taking place, and at the same time physical change is also taking place. Okay, so that means when zinc hydroxide is heated, it decomposes to form zinc oxide, okay, and steam, okay, as new products. As new products are formed, it is a chemical change. Okay, however, zinc oxide formed, okay, it is yellow when hot, okay, and white when cold, when it is cool. But here there is no change in in a chemical composition. So the chemical composition of zinc oxide is one zinc atom and one oxygen atom. Even here also the chemical composition of this is also one zinc atom, one oxygen atom. So that means there is no change in the chemical composition. Okay, so that means hence it is a physical change. This is a chemical change and this is a physical change. So both chemical changes and physical changes are taking place at the same time. Simultaneously, both the physical and chemical changes are taking place. So this is one example for simultaneous physical and chemical change. And we will learn another example. Suppose another example we will see. Example 2, potassium nitrate. So take potassium nitrate and heat it. So initially what happens, the solid form of potassium nitrate will convert into liquid potassium nitrate. Slowly it will melt into liquid form. So here what is happening? So there is no change in the chemical composition of this substance. That means no new substance is formed. Whenever chemical composition is changed, then it is said to be new substance. Here there is no new formation of new substance. So this substance is having chemical composition as 1 potassium, 1 nitrogen and 3 oxygens. And even this substance is also having chemical composition as 1 potassium, 1 nitrogen and 3 oxygens. So that means there is no change in the chemical composition. That means a new substance is not formed. Okay, so whenever new substance is not formed, then what type of change it is? It is said to be physical change. So this is a physical change. Physical change. What happens? So upon further heating, so this one will break down. This one will break down into potassium nitrite. This is called as potassium nitrate, and this is called as potassium nitrite. So this is 8 nitrate and this is nitrite. Along with this, oxygen gas is liberated. So upon balancing it, so what do you get? So like this you will get every 2 potassium nitrate molecules will break down into 2 potassium nitrite molecules and 1 oxygen molecule. So this is potassium nitrite, this is potassium nitrate. So here what is happening? So in this process there is a change in chemical. So actually this is having 1 potassium, 1 nitrogen, 1 potassium, 1 nitrogen, 3 oxygens. But here 1 potassium, 1 nitrogen, but only 2 oxygens. So that means this is different from this one. Okay, the chemical composition of these two substances are different. Hence this is a new substance. Okay, so as new substance is formed, so this type of change is said to be chemical change. So here both physical change and chemical changes are taking place in this reaction. In the same reaction, if both physical and chemical changes takes place, then such changes are said to be simultaneous physical and chemical changes. Okay, that means when potassium nitrate crystals solid form, so actually this potassium nitrate, it is in crystalline form. The crystals of potassium nitrate, upon heating, they will melt to form liquid potassium nitrate or else molten potassium nitrate. Okay, this is a physical change. Okay, the molten potassium nitrate, what happens? It will decompose into two substances. It will break down into two. Decompose means breakdown. Okay, it will decompose into two substances. One is potassium nitrite and another one is oxygen. Hence, it is a chemical change. Right. So, like this, these are the two examples. So, there are so many examples in the nature. Okay, there are so many examples in the nature where both physical and chemical changes takes place. Right. Another example, if you discuss lead nitrate. Lead nitrate, upon heating, what it forms? Lead oxide. Okay, nitrogen dioxide gas is liberated and oxygen gas is liberated. Okay, so here, so this is the balanced equation. So actually, as it is hot condition, when hot condition, the lead oxide which is formed, it is brown in color or else a reddish brown color. Brown color. So slowly what happens? In hot, when it is hot, it is brown color or else a reddish brown or reddish brown color. So slowly what happens? If this mixture is allowed to cool, so that means when cooling takes place, slowly this lead oxide, the brown color lead oxide will convert into yellow color lead oxide. That means when cool, what is the color of lead oxide when cool? It is yellow color. Okay, what is the color of lead oxide when when hot? It is brown color. Okay, so here what happened? So this lead oxide, it is the chemical composition of lead oxide is one lead atom and one oxygen atom when it is hot, and when it is cool also it contains one lead atom and one oxygen atom only. So that means there is no change in the chemical composition, but there is a change in the color. Okay, if there is no change in chemical composition and there is any change in color or else any change in physical state, then such type of change, it is not a chemical change, it is a physical change. But here this is a chemical change because one chemical is converted. This is entirely different from this one. Okay, this is a new substance. So during this process, during this change, new substance is formed. Hence, this change is said to be chemical change. But during this change, new substance is not formed. Hence, this change is said to be a chemical change. Okay, so like this. So we may discuss so many examples. So here we'll give only two examples because only two examples are asked in the question. Right? We'll learn the next question. How does dissolving of common salt in water differ? How does dissolving of common salt in water differs? Okay, differs from water. Differs from dissolving of sodium metal in water. Dissolving of sodium metal in water. So what is the difference between dissolving of common salt in water and dissolving of sodium metal in water? So in both the cases, so both the substances are dissolved in water. Suppose this is water and here also water only. So into this I have added common salt. What is the formula of common salt? Common salt or table salt, or else it is also called as a rock salt. rock salt or common salt or table salt is nothing but sodium chloride. So whenever sodium chloride or else whenever common salt is dissolved, so what happens? So here in this process, suppose if in water, if you add sodium chloride, what happens? So this sodium chloride will dissolve in water to form salt solution. So in this salt solution, the sodium chloride it is still present as NaCl only. The chemical composition is not changed. Okay, sodium chloride, its chemical composition does not change even when dissolved in water. And during this process, there is no energy is released. Suppose if you touch this container, you don't feel hotness. Okay, that means there is no change in the chemical composition of the substance. That means no new substance is formed. Hence, it is a physical change. Suppose if you add sodium metal into water, what happens? The sodium metal will float on water. Okay, and actually, suppose this is a sodium sulfate, sodium metal, and this sodium metal is surrounded by water. So what happens? So this reaction takes place between sodium metal and water. So to form sodium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. During this, and the heat is liberated. So this is an exothermic reaction. Heat is liberated. So due to this heat, what happened? This hydrogen, it catches fire. Hydrogen, when it is heated up, it catches fire, and that sodium metal will show fire on. Will show flame. That means it catches fire. So the fire is caught by hydrogen because hydrogen is heated. So and it is in the air. When hydrogen is heated, what happens? It catches fire. So here during this process, the sodium metal, it is converted into a new substance, new product known as sodium hydroxide. So as new product is formed, then this change. So when sodium metal is dissolved in water, this substance is formed, new substance is formed. Hence this change is said to be chemical change. Okay, and during this process, heat is liberated. If you touch this container, if you simply touch this container, what happens? We will feel hot, or else we will feel warmness of this container. But here, if you touch this container, so you don't feel any warm. So like this, that means here chemical change is taking place because new substance is formed. Whereas here, no chemical change takes place, and here there is no release of energy. Here release of energy in the form of heat takes place. When sodium metal dissolves in water, it forms new product known as sodium hydroxide, and hydrogen gas is liberated. Okay, with the release of heat energy, and the change cannot be reversed. That means this change, that means this sodium hydroxide cannot, from this sodium hydroxide we cannot get back this sodium metal. So this change, reverse change is not possible. Okay, that means, so this reaction, backward reaction, it is not possible. It is not possible. Okay. So that means dissolving of sodium in water, okay, it involves chemical change, whereas dissolving of common salt in water, it involves a physical change. Okay, and one more thing. So in this one, before this one, we have discussed about lead nitrate. Actually, so here from lead nitrate, we have seen that when lead nitrate is heated, it produces lead monoxide, okay, which is brown in color, when hot, okay, and this lead monoxide, it will convert into yellow colored substance, and even that is also lead monoxide only. So here there is no change in the chemical composition. Hence this is a physical change, not a chemical change. But this one is a chemical change. Along with this, NO2 and oxygen gas is formed. Okay. Okay, and oxygen gas is formed. So this is a chemical change, whereas this one is a physical change, because there is no new substance is not formed. Here this is lead monoxide, and even this is also lead monoxide only. Okay, right. So like this, these are we will learn the other answers, other question and answers in the next video.